Hello, welcome to the Rubik's Cube tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a Rubik's Cube in the simplest way I know possible. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is obviously take a look at the cube. You must have a scrambled up cube and able to solve it. So if your cube is done, make sure it's scrambled up nice and good so then you can get started properly. The first thing you want to do is just pick a side to start on. For the sake of this video, we are going to start with the white side. I want to explain every side that has a middle color, white, blue, orange, yellow, green, whatever it is, red, that is going to be the full color of the cube. So this will be the white side once it's all complete. This will be the orange side. So whatever the piece middle, that will be the full color of the cube on that side. So this side will be yellow, and this side will be green, this side will be red, and this side will be blue. All right? But for the sake of this video, we are going to do the white side right here. Your first step is to make a cross. A cross looks just like this, down the middle and right here. So we need all these middle pieces to make a cross and be white. So first things first, I'm just going to kind of look for my white pieces. I have one here, here, and here. So I'm just gonna maneuver the cube. I already have one lined up here. If I have one on this side, I'm just gonna kind of maneuver it to get this piece here. And there's no tricks or anything like that to this. This is really just cube knowledge and learning how to turn the cube certain ways to get the pieces to line up how you want to. That should be your finished product on your first step. So step number one, make the cross. Once you have made the cross, your next step is to flip the cross to the top. You want to look at the cube just like this, straight in front of your face, or else it's going to be super difficult once you drop it down or look all over and you're trying to look at other colors, things like that. You want to take everything step by step. So I have my cross on the top. I'm going to flip it so it's facing the ceiling. Next up, we're going to pick one color from these middle top layer. From this middle top layer, we're going to pick one color. Whether it's red, blue, green, orange, whatever color you have on top of your cube here. So I'm just gonna turn my top layer and try to line up my blue and my blue together. Now, magically, there's gonna be two sides that will line up. In this case, I'm gonna line up my blue, and then my red happened to line up with it. This scenario will always happen on a side and a side scenario, or it will be on the front and the back. Once again, this scenario will happen on a front and a side, or on the front and the back. If you have a front and a side scenario, this is probably the best case, because if you have a front and a back, you're gonna have to repeat the next algorithm twice. And for the sake of this video, I showed you what a front and a side scenario looked like. Now I'm gonna show you what a front and a back scenario looks like. So I was just picking a color, I'm turning my top layer once again, and I'm just gonna turn it and line up with my green and my green. Somehow, magically, the blue lined up with blue back here as well. So this would be a front and a back scenario. So I have colors lining up in the front and colors lining up in the back. And my cross is still on the top. Now, to get out of this, this is your first algorithm to make all these colors start to line up with the same. So this will be orange and orange, this will be green and green, this will be red, and this will be blue and blue. Now, if you have a front and a back scenario, this is the first thing you're gonna do. You're gonna turn the cube so it's nice and facing you straight. You're gonna go right side up, top layer over, right side back down, top layer over, right side back up, top layer over twice, 1 and 2, back down, and then you're just gonna actually leave it just like that. Now you can see I have a front and a side scenario, front and side. Now, if you already had the front and side scenario, you wanna make sure you turn the cube and you hold it to where one of the sides that are lining up is in your right hand and the other side is in your back. So once again, if you have a front and a side scenario, you should have one hand on your right side where it's on your right hand and one facing the back of the cube. All right, so it should be facing away from you. And you're gonna repeat the steps again. Once again, this algorithm is right side up, top layer over 1, right side back down, top layer over 1, right side back up, top layer over twice, 1 and 2, right side down, and top layer over 1 more time. So now magically we have all of our pieces lining up nice and good to go. And our cross is still complete. Your next step in solving the cube is to complete the full white side. Now that you have all these colors lined up here and you have your cross together, you're going to take the cube and flip it to where the cross is going to be on the bottom now. So your cross should now be on the bottom facing down on the cube. And again, you want to hold the cube nice and straight right in front of your face so that way you have clear vision of what's going on. Next steps, we're going to start filling in these corner pieces down here so we can complete the white side and have all the pieces that are in the corner in the right position. You see how this white piece right here has orange and blue? Its corresponding color right here is orange and blue. So this is the orange side, and this is the blue, and this is our white. So this corner piece is in the right spot. However, we have other corner pieces that we need to fill in that will make this blue and red and white. This will make this red, green, and white. This will make this green, orange, and white. And this will make this right here how it already is, orange, blue, and white. So how do we do that? Well, first we want to find the corner pieces in the top layer. So I'm holding the cube right in front of my face. I'm looking around, I'm looking around, I'm looking around, spinning the cube, and here's a white piece in our top layer up here. So I'm going to look at what's the opposite color on this top layer, or on this white piece, white corner piece, which is green. I want to get my green piece diagonal from its green middle. So green diagonal from green, just like this. And my white should be on this side. So I'm going to hold the cube to where I have the green diagonal from green facing me. And all I'm going to do is this simple move. There's no algorithm for this. This is just a simple up and over and down. You're going to take it and turn this left side, your left side up, over to the right, and back down. Now you have that piece down here where it's red and red, green and green, and your white is with your white. Let's try it again. I'm gonna look in my top layer here. I actually have no white pieces, so now I need to find some. There's a white up here, but it's not in my top layer where I could do my up, over, and down. So in this case, I want to find an open space at the bottom where there's no current white piece, so not like over here. I want it to be right underneath of that corner piece. So corner piece open down here, corner piece right here. I'm gonna do a simple move that's gonna be up, over twice, and then back down. Now I have my white piece in front of me on my top layer where I can look at what the opposite color is. In this case, it's green. I'm gonna turn it towards my green side, green diagonal from green, and now it's on my right side. So now that's on my right side, I'm gonna do the exact opposite of what I did before, and that's gonna move it right down here. So I'm gonna have my green diagonal facing me and turn my right side up, over to the left, and back down. And now I have my green diagonal from green in the right spot and my orange in the right spot. Let's finish it up. We have one more piece that's on my top side again. So I want to find an open space at the bottom right here. I don't want it to be over here because if it was here and the bottom piece was here, it wouldn't work because that's going to move this middle or this corner piece. So you want to turn the top layer to where you have that white piece right under a free space and go up, over, over, and back down. And now I have the piece in my top layer. I'm gonna look at to see what's its corner or what's its opposite color. Here's the white side, here's blue. Blue is gonna be diagonal from blue. Once again, it's in my right-hand side. I'm gonna turn the piece up, over, and down. And now I have blue with blue, red with red, green with green, and orange with orange. And all my corner pieces are set in the right spot. And how you know you did this correctly, you should have an upside down T on all these spaces, just from the middle to this bottom layer. Middle to the bottom layer. Don't worry about anything up here. You're just looking at to make sure you have this upside down T. All these colors right here should be exactly the same, and your white side should be complete. Once again, keep your white side down towards the bottom facing the floor for the rest of the video and for the rest of the time you're doing the cube when you first start off. You want to keep it just like this and looking straight on.